Welcome back to another episode of DDO 10-Minute Tips. Now that we've created a character... Oh, wait a minute. Blank screen. Oh, yeah. Remember all those nifty little looking outfits we saw when we were going through the character generation? Well, you ain't got it. This is what you start out with. The other stuff you have to earn. That's the whole point of adventuring. So anyway, what we have here is 10-Minuti Tutoria. She's an elf, she's a rogue, and she's following the Thief Acrobat path. So if you're ever on Kyber and you see me, be sure to drop me a message and say hi, and thanks for the videos. Anyway, let's get on with it. This is your screen after you create your character. Whenever you click create, it brings you back to this, and then all you have to do is click enter to go. Also, if you don't like a particular character, which I'm thinking about getting rid of one or two of mine, you would select them and click delete. And if you notice, we have one of 3 characters that are allowed under the free account. So let's go. So here again, it may take a moment. On these transition screens, down here near the bottom, it'll give you little tips that may help you, especially in the beginning. You have the progress bar as far as the loading of the data. And one thing I've noticed, it seems that out of the servers, each server has a certain level of popularity. And they also, it seems to me, I don't know about anybody else, but it seems to me that there's also a difference in the relative difficulty of the monsters you meet and the amount of treasure that you find. So here we are, Shipwrecked Shores. Bit of background information. You were on a ship traveling at sea. Your ship was attacked by a dragon, and you washed ashore with nothing. So through the keyboard commands, you can change the camera viewing angle. You can change a lot of different ways of looking around. So let's get on with some information here. Oh, and Jeets, whenever you log in, he likes to talk. And this is Jeets. So up here towards the top of the screen, at various times you'll see little icons like this. They have different meanings for different reasons. Some of them are buffs, some are countdown timers. Buffs are kind of like a little bit of super or turbocharging of your character. This particular one deals with regeneration, which regenerates your hit points and spell points if you have any. Now this is your personal information bar that you can keep tabs on your hit points and spell points. This is what's called a focus orb, which will change depending upon what you're looking at. So as we focus on Jeets, he shows up. And this here allows different interactions you can examine. If you notice, it comes up and says Jeets Shimus, and that's about all, but with different things it tells you different things. But it could be breakables such as crates, barrels, urns, could be different things you pick up, weapons, monsters, and a bunch of other things. This over here is your adventure information. It gives you the name of the adventure you're on, Shipwreck Shore, and any objectives you may have. Whether it be a fixed one, such as speaking to Jeets, or optional ones, which will show up later. Down here in the beginning, you'll get a lot of little exclamation marks. These are information that you can click on and bring up and give you more information. Now it says here in the chat window you can type /glossary for a list of game terminology you can use, which applies to your chat box right here. This little green symbol right here means that you have a microphone on, and so you can communicate with other people in your party if you're in a party. This is your chat box, which allows you to communicate through type words. A general one, which goes out to everybody that's on the server. If you're a member of a guild, it communicates only with those that are in your guild. Party, if you have a party of more than just yourself and a hireling, you can communicate directly with them without anybody else seeing. Combat, keeps track of whether you hit something, you pick something up, things like that. These arrows, if you have more windows available, will be able to move between the windows. So if your window is actually smaller, you can switch to the next one, and it changes around. This controls the visibility. It's still there, but you just can't see it. This is your hot bar, which we'll go into a little more detail a little bit later. Down here in the bottom, this bar will grow blue as you progress through your ranks. Each time you complete a rank, a blue dot appears over here. When you complete 5 ranks, you do what's called leveling up, which means you get more abilities. This here is your main menu. You click on it and it brings up all kinds of different things, such as your character sheet, destinies, enhancements, etc., etc., etc. This little button here controls what you see in your experience point bar. So you can also move things around. Whenever you see your mouse over something, see your cursor change into a 4-way arrow, means that you can click on it and drag it. I don't have the largest of screens, so real estate is very important to me. So let me pause here and I'll get the screen set up the way I normally do. Okay, so this is generally how I have my screen set up. Everybody has their own little ways of doing it, but this works for me. Okay, so I'm getting a little tired of Jeets over there hollering at me, so we're going to go over to him. It says, the warning says walk close by, left click on Jeets to talk to him. You click on the exclamation mark, it brings up your box, X to get rid of it. So we're over here, we mouse over Jeets, and you see how your icon or your pointer is changed to like a little balloon. You can double click and it brings it up. You go through some dialogue. So you can read through those whenever you get there. Alright, where to follow him. Now, up here in your own personal bar, every day that you log in for the first time, you'll see a little silver button. That's for what's called a daily dice roll, which you're allowed to have once per day per server. So if you only have one server, that's once, and it's available only to the characters on that server. If you have more than one server, each time you log into one of those servers, you get one for a daily dice roll for that server. Okay, so real briefly, let's go through the daily dice roll, and then we'll call it a day on this particular episode. So you click on it, you get your daily dice roll box. You have two options, silver and gold. Gold is going to cost you astral shards, which you can get through the DDO store. And down here in the right hand corner, it keeps track of how many of those you have. Since we can't do that, we go to the silver, we roll. Okay, it says we get 500 experience points, and I didn't catch the rest of it. I was busy doing something else. So to check that out, we can go down here to our chat box, go over to the General tab, scroll down, and it says we obtained 500 experience points and a lesser Slayer count boost. Ooh, okay. That's a potion that will give you a boost when you're out and about slaying. It affects the account, so if, for example, if you slay 10, it may count as 11. There's all kinds of nifty stuff like that that can show up. So, alright, we're going to call it an episode, and we'll get back and continue on with the introductory setup here. Alright, so remember, boys and girls, keep your blades sharp and clean.